It is International Women's Day, and all of my kind across the world must be flooded with wishes on how indispensable they are and how women empowerment should be the focus of a progressive society. But there are so many problems that plague women even today. While it's necessary to celebrate how far we've come, we must remember what hurdles we have yet to cross. Let's confront these evils today. We bring to you the harsh spotlight on 6 major and often overlooked problems that need to be addressed now. Gender pay gap. Gender pay gap still prevails. Women are still paid lesser than their male counterparts for the same work that they do.
Yeah, it's there. Gender pay gap exists. We fight, but I think we need to stay united. There are a lot more important issues women are facing, and we are not able to fight is because we are not united enough.
Pay gap is clearly seen, evidently seen right from the lower class up to the global leaders level.
To be very honest, I have never cared about how much my counterparts or how much my contemporaries have been earning till date in my 11 odd years of career. But I've heard from a lot of women in various sectors of workplaces, especially in film industry, that the same amount of efforts are put in, but then they're not being paid as much as the other gender.
No matter how far women go to fulfill their dreams, how much they excel in their careers, and what sacrifices they make for it, they often aren't raised to leadership roles. There are a handful of women in leadership roles, but only too few and far in between. Corporates, companies, and even parliaments need to consciously include more women in decision-making roles.
When it comes to mental capacity and the kind of work women do, it's about equal opportunity, equal pay, equal treatment of a woman. Don't see her as a woman, see her as a fellow human being is what a woman is asking for.
Today we are not seeing any women in leadership role because we did not have anyone who's creating a path for us.
Things are changing, but at a very slow pace. I think you'll have to prove your worth all through the steps you take to be a leader, and don't give up.
Ending violence against women, even as Me Too and Time's Up movements have taken up the world stage, shining a torch on workplace harassment, domestic violence and rape are downplayed and even normalized by society.
If a woman is coming up and saying something that she has a discomfort, it doesn't have to just be physical. Actually, there are more mental issues than physical issues which we see. Physical we can at least see, but mentally every woman is going through some problem or the other.
When we can eradicate polio, we can eradicate illiteracy from our country as well. What we need is counseling centers everywhere. That is not happening. We are not demanding that. We are demanding death of whatever, but we are not demanding the basic things.
I don't have an approach that I am a victim. I am just fighting for a better society for my children to live in.
Ending internalized misogyny. Perhaps the biggest challenge for any woman today is the lack of support from her own kind. Women often have equal contribution in propagating misogyny. Victim shaming and blaming is common. Women instill patriarchy as much as men do. Mothers raise sons who may respect and value them, but not other women in their lives.
Together we have to grow, or let anybody else grow, but don't let us be enemies to each other.
Mothers, when they have a son and a daughter, they treat them differently. They keep saying the daughter, these are your parameters. You cannot go out after 6 o'clock. You cannot dress up like this. You cannot sit like this when your brother or father is around. Stop doing that. Teach your son to look away when she's not appropriately sitting. Teach your son to not look at a woman as if it's his property.
I feel women are much more stronger because we have more responsibilities. Don't get easily affected by people who are trying to distract you.
Reproductive rights. Reproductive rights are still not 100% a woman's domain as it should be. Can you imagine not having control over your own body and politicians, religious leaders turning it into a battleground?
When politicians will find any subject or topic to be their battleground, but I believe that a woman is capable of making her own decision, and when it comes to her body, it's her decision, and it is completely in her right to do what she wants to with her body.
My sincere advice would be that do not fall into such situation where others are involving in your life about your body, about your child. Don't come into the situation at all.
If you are not able to carry a child, if you want to abort, or if you want to have a child with whomever you want, like that is your choice. If you want to, please do it and please speak up.
Nothing women do will ever be enough because of blatant sexism that propagates the belief that men are better. Except of course when it comes to doing things that are traditionally considered a women's job like rearing kids or cooking, etc. If a woman has a stellar career, she neglects her family. If she is driven and successful, she is bossy and headstrong. If she is a kind and compassionate person, she doesn't have it in her to lead. I say, just follow your arrow.
Be proud that you are bossy. Be proud you're that headstrong. Because you are, for a reason that you are. People who will understand you or will stand by you will stay with you. Who do not, they will stay away.
I am arrogant and I am bossy is what everyone says. But I guess if you want to see me like that, that's fine, that's up to you. But sexism exists, and again, it all depends on us women to bring an end to this. If you see the history, women have been the biggest and the largest revolutionaries in the world, and the revolution starts with us. We cannot wait for someone to... It's not a movie where a hero will come and rescue us. We have to rescue ourselves.
We can and we must celebrate womanhood and at the same time address these problems that are not the mark of an evolved society. It is strongly believed that one shouldn't mess with nature, which favors balance, and suppressing one half of humanity is not balance, it's disaster.